Nobody wants to get united. Like, what we gotta do is meet everybody on 49th Street at the bench.
Cyberpunk 2077, a brand new open world experience, the world where you can do pretty much anything you want, and the developers paid extremely close attention to detail in order to really make this an immersive experience. Or at least that's what we thought, until we got our hands on the game and we had nothing but bugs. But all bugs aside, in today's video I want to take a look at the graffiti in the game. Let's see how good or bad the graffiti in Cyberpunk 2077 really is, as we take a look at the screenshots my friend Rust Gremlin went ahead and sent me. And here's the first picture. Right off the bat, this is not how graffiti works. What is this? What is this random extension here? And what? Is this supposed to be another letter over here on this side? Look, it's clear that says black hole, alright? But that is not a K. That's not a K, man. You don't have nearly a long enough leg in order to claim that that's a K. And I'm not gonna lie, the fact that they turned their A into a star tells me that they watched all of like one how to do graffiti video and they were sitting there in the office like, oh man, I have a brain blast! And they went ahead and turned their A into a star and thought that was the dopest thing ever. Now, to give them some points here, man, at very least, the B and the L are actually positioned really well. This is the standard positioning you'd want for a Handstyle, as it allows the letters to breathe, but it doesn't go ahead and separate them too much to where they don't flow. This is actually an issue we see happen from the L to the A, where the L and the A are separated enough to the point where they don't flow. Granted, it wasn't gonna flow anyway because they turned their A into a star, but that's besides the point. I gotta give it to the jerk Handstyle though. Despite the fact that it's still not good, due to the shaky lines, the bad negative space management, letter name weight, and really not having much flow at all, at least the R and the K flow. They're pretty much made of the same exact structure, and they're consistent throughout that, which is good. But getting away from that, let's look at this Westbrook Handstyle. Look at this. This is a king right here, man. No. Screw king. This is a straight up legend. We need to learn from this, man. Do you see that arrow at the end of that K? Holy crap, man. If that isn't absolute legendary status, I don't know what is. And do you see the way that W extends all the way over to the B and the R and then comes back in on itself? Like, what is happening there? Not only does this not flow with anything because it looks like nothing else on that tag, it doesn't do anything for the Handstyle. It's not filling in negative space, it's not balancing out the name with the weight, and it doesn't help once again with flow. In fact, it decreases flow. The candy van. Look, I was expecting to like the graffiti in this game, alright? My apologies. They should have hired someone else for this, alright? You see, they added a serif to the top left of the V, and they don't have a serif anywhere else on this piece other than the top of the D. Having just two serifs is not enough for letter uniformity in order to go ahead and bolster enough flow for the piece as a whole. And they need it because the rest of the piece doesn't flow at all. The A shares its top portion of its structure with the right side of the V, and it doesn't do it in a way that's conducive for flow, because the way it connects to the V is similar to how cursive works, where your one line leads directly into the next letter, but that's all based on stroke order, and this doesn't follow that because they're using basic print font. So they're trying to connect basic print font in the way that cursive connects, and obviously that can't work. And that's why this connection between the A and the V doesn't work at all, as the A's structure leads directly into the vertex of the first box of the V, and that's simply not how the stroke order works in this instance. They have a much better connection from the N to the D, and that's perfectly fine, although they could have like made it a bigger connection. It's fine how it is. The D's very letter structure doesn't function properly at all. Do you see this line right here? Look at this. Look at this line. There's no way that this lines up to this line over here. We can see it right here. These two lines don't line up, and they definitely should. And just look at the S. The S is drifting off into space. We don't know where that thing is going. My favorite part of this wall, honestly, is that Shirley stole my boyfriend. This is a pretty good piece. That's actually really good. The drop shadow is a little inconsistent in some areas, but it's still a nice piece. Now, the reason the drop shadow is bad is because the artist tells us where the light is coming from, and they indicate this by the yellow shines on the right side of the letter. This lets us know the light source is above us and to the right, meaning our drop shadow has to be down and to the left. But it's still good letter structure. It's still great letter name weight, letter name positioning. Like, everything else literally is perfect. That is the only mistake, and I'm not gonna gripe on this for that. Like, this is beautiful. I love it regardless. Who is the person doing these Handstyles? Stop putting arrows on things. Stop making your A into a star. Don't do that. Stop it. That's That's not good. It doesn't flow. It doesn't look like anything else in the tag. It's not cohesive with the rest of the hand style. Overall, I'd say the graffiti in this game is pretty abysmal. I have to be honest. And it's a little disappointing to see because games as of recently have had really amazing graffiti, as they've gone out of their way in order to actually hire graffiti artists in order to do the job. This game, unfortunately, dropped the ball completely on graffiti, and there was only really 3 pieces of graffiti that were even decent. But what do you guys think about the graffiti in Cyberpunk 2077? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, what game or movie should we take a look at next? Feel free to leave that down there. If you enjoyed today's video, remember to hit the like button. It helps out a bunch. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. We have the smartest graffiti community anywhere online with the best how to do graffiti videos you can possibly find. As always, I really want to thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next week, but until then, peace.